Welcome to the class. Today we will discuss on chapter 10 History 18th Century Political Formation. Children will study on topic the crisis of the empire and the later Mughals in this video. So here we are going to study on the decline of Mughal empire and how the new kingdoms emerged. So here you can see this map. These were the areas under Mughal empire. You know, the subcontinents, major parts were under the Mughal empire. Now this 18th century, the Mughal empire was reshaped to number of kingdoms. That is what showing here. Gujarat, 6, Awadh, Bengal, Hyderabad. So many kingdoms were established during the 18th century. Now let us see that what causes the decline of Mughal empire. So decline of Mughal empire started with the first case was Emperor Aurangzeb. He was among the last Mughal emperors. He has depleted the military and financial resources of the empire. The Emperor Aurangzeb had depleted the military and financial resources by fighting a long war in Deccan. And after that, what happened was the emperors were not able to check the nobles or manasabdas appointed by them. The manasabdas have the control of Fauji and Diwani. Fauji and Diwani means military and revenue administration. The offices of revenue and military administrations were under the control of nobles or manasabdas. Now what happened is these governors have not ready to give the financial revenues they collected to the capital. So which causes what the financial resources of the empire started declining. So that was the first reason. Emperor Aurangzeb had depleted the military and financial resources of the empires. Emperor Aurangzeb depleted the military and financial resources of the empire. Then governors consolidated their control over the provinces. The revenue to the capital declined. Clear? So first these 2 points. Then third one, Mughal authority had been challenged by peasants and zamindari rebellions. So peasants were against the mounting taxes. The taxes were more and more collected by these nobles. So peasants and the Mughal authority challenged by the zamindars and peasants in the empire. Then fourth point is the Mughal emperor had been challenged by the peasants and zamindari rebellions. The Mughal emperors after Aurangzeb were unable to control the shifting of the political and economic authority to the hands of provincial governors, local chieftains, etc. So these were the main reasons for decline of Mughal empire. Then one more reason was there were 2 invasions happened during this time that were from Nadir Shah, and he is Iran ruler, and another one was the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali. So these 2 people, these 2 rulers, they came and plundered the city of Delhi, and they took the immense wealth from city of Delhi. And Abdali invaded in the North India about 5 times. In the span of 13 years, he invaded 5 times. So this also causes the decline of Mughal empire. So in this we have to underline the important points. It's a very big chapter, so you need to underline the important points whatever I say now. Children, please take page number 138, chapter 10, 18th century political formation. In the first paragraph, the Mughal empire were reshaped by the emergence of number of independent kingdoms. Underline the point. Then you can also underline another reason was the British had successfully grabbed major chunks of territory in the eastern India. Underline these 2 points in the first paragraph. Now we will see what were the factors which led to the crisis of the empire. page number 139, you can underline from in the 17th century, towards the closing years of the 17th century, Aurangzeb had depleted, the first point I am saying, Aurangzeb had depleted the military and financial resources of his empire by fighting a long war in the Deccan region. Underline that point. It is the first one for the reasons or causes of decline of Mughal empire. Second one, the Mughal emperors were not in a position to control the powerful Manasabdas. Second one, the later Mughal emperors keep a check on it was difficult for the Mughal emperors to keep a check on the powerful Manasabdas. Why? Because the nobles were controlling the military and financial or revenue offices. The nobles were controlling the revenue and military offices, that is known as Diwani and Faujidari. Okay, underline that. So this has given extraordinary power to whom? The governors or the nobles. They have given extraordinary powers, political, military and office administration. Everything was done by the governors. So what they have done? They were not willing to give the revenue or share the revenue with the Mughal emperors. They started keeping their own, all this revenue collected they were keeping with themselves. So this was causing decline of financial resources of the Mughal empire. Third point, peasants and zamindari rebellions. So here you have to mark like Mughal authority had been challenged by rebellious groups. Instead of that you can mark, you can see in the second paragraph, fifth line, Mughal authority had been challenged by peasants and zamindari rebellions. It is written here, you can see, make the sentence like this. Third one, Mughal authorities were being challenged by peasants and zamindari rebellions. Because it is given as a full paragraph, you can make it as a small sentence. Write down like this, the Mughal authority had been challenged by peasants and zamindari rebellions. Then fourth one, the Mughal emperors after Aurangzeb were unable to control the shifting of political and economic authority into the hands of provincial governors. That is in the paragraph, page number 140, last line in the second paragraph, underline, that is the fourth point. Then fifth one, page number 141, among this economic and political crisis, there were also invasion from two rulers. One is the Iran ruler Nadir Shah. He invaded Delhi and plundered he took away immense amount of wealth from Delhi in 1739. Underline that point, that we can combine and write down as one point. And another one was from the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali. He invaded North India 5 times in a span of 13 years, that is 1748 to 1761. Abdali invaded which area? North India in 5 times. That means he took away a lot of things, lot of wealth has been taken away from the Mughal emperor's region. So these were the main causes of decline of Mughal empire. Now in the last paragraph, page number 141, you can see now what happened. The noble, they made two groups, one is Iranis and Turanis. Underline that point. Now the later Mughal emperors were very weak. They were the puppets in the hands of these two groups, Iranis and Turanis. Underline. Then this all caused decline of Mughal empire. So 5 points you have to write down for the reasons or for the decline of Mughal empire. So here we are ending this session. We will see in the next video. Thank you, children.